Hi, everybody. Welcome. Today we're talking about blue lace agate, and it's a beautiful, beautiful stone. It's very, very calming. It's a more of a low vibrational stone, but that doesn't mean at all that it isn't doesn't work for you. It's a great one again to have in your crystal tool belt. I kind of think of it as more like a hug or a back rub rather than, getting your sword out like black tourmaline does. So, what do you think about blue lace agate, Katie?
Oh, I love Blue Lace Agate, and I love your description of that, how it's more like a hug than taking your sword out, right? I have always been drawn to Blue Lace Agate. Really, it's so calming and so it's aligned with your throat and your third eye chakras. And I always have throat chakra blocks. It's like my main center. And so Blue Lace Agate really is just always called to me. The vibration, even though, like you were saying, it's more of a low vibration, it's very, very soothing and very calming and very supportive in in your anxiety when your stress comes up and your anxiety comes up, and just supporting you in that space. So it's really, really a great stone for that. And I, like I said, have always been drawn to it. So Cynthia, I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to see what our energy is like this week. Do you want to tell us the benefits of Blue Lace Agate?
Um, well, as we've talked about, it's very soothing. It's very calming. Certainly helps reduce stress. And it helps with communication. It's a stone of encouragement and support. And of course, as I said, communication. It encourages those feelings of peace and calm, and assists us with verbal expression of our thoughts and our feelings. It's a good one too to balance our physical, emotional, and intellectual energy. Sometimes we can get real focused in one. I like to think of them as rooms of our lives, and blue lace agate I find is a good one to bring in to kind of help us remember to balance those and pay attention to all of the areas of our life, not just one in particular. It's great for balancing our yin and yang, those energies as well. And physically, it helps with bone strengthening. So if that's an issue, be very particular to wear one on you or carry it in your pocket. It supports the healings of bones. It also supports your thyroid, as you would suspect, things that are in the throat area, the throat and the lymph glands. So anything else you want to mention, Katie?
Oh, I know that it is a low vibration stone, like you said, but it helps to raise your awareness. That low vibration that actually calms you and soothes you really supports you in raising your awareness and expanding your consciousness into those higher realms. So even though it's low vibe, it really pulls in this energy to support you in raising up your vibration. So it's really, really powerful crystal. There's my throat chakra acting up. It's been acting up lately a lot. The card that I pulled is actually the same card as last week, I'm pretty sure. And it is, I empower myself to shine like the sun. And so it's really funny and special that this card came up again, because this means that this is a strong message from Spirit. Spirit is really asking you, if you're listening, if you're watching, really, really asking you to empower yourself, to shine your light, to be in your power. And so last week we talked about smoky quartz and how it can help you connect to your power and support you in that way. Blue lace agate can really help you, just like I just said, in really accessing that awareness of your power, that consciousness of your power. And so Spirit is saying, I'm all blurred out. Yes, and speaking it. Shine your light, empower yourself. That is your message carried through from last week. So take that seriously, because they are not joking around here. Get that light shining like the sun. Empower yourself. Practices to empower you. So Blue Lace Agate aligns with several goddesses, actually. We're going to talk about 3 because the list was so long. I just picked the top 3. So it aligns with Sarwati, which is the Hindu goddess of wisdom, Nethris, which is the Norse or Germanic goddess of fertility, and Hanui, this, I'm not actually sure I'm going to say this way, but I want to say that it's Sioux.
That's the Sioux. The Sioux
The
Indian.
Sioux.
Sioux.
The Sioux moon goddess. And so blue lace agate is really, really a powerful stone. It's been used since the dawn of time. I mean, it's been used for so long in healing ailments and just supporting that calm and soothingness in the body. So Cynthia, tell us how we can use it today.
Well, interestingly enough, it also supports, which is why I think it's tied in with the goddess of fertility. It supports women during pregnancy and when they have a newborn baby. So it's a great gift to give, during pregnancy or for a newborn. It supports lactation, and it also banishes those baby blues that many women get right after they've had a baby. So that's a great thing to keep in mind. You can wear it, as we talked about, for his jewelry, or carry it in a pocket, of course. Hold it during meditation. Katie was talking about how it opens the mind to the higher thoughts and your inner truths. So, during meditation, you're even more open to that. So, that's a great time to have the blue lace agate around. And I like it anyway, just because it's a beautiful stone. It's really, really gorgeous.
I agree. I agree.
And, again, it helps with sleep because you feel calmer, more peaceful. So put it under your pillow and use it in your roller bottles. We'll talk about essential oils to use with it in just a minute.
That's so awesome. So throughout history, as I was talking about, agate, which is, the stone that blue lace agate falls under, has been a symbol of status throughout the ancient world. Only the, if you could only the people who had status, only the people of wealth could afford the finest and rarest stones. And blue lace agate is a fairly rare stone to find even today. Some believe that it was first discovered by an Italian philosopher by the Agate River between 400 and 300 BC, but others say it was first discovered in Nambia. So where it was first discovered, we don't really know. However, agate has been used, like I said, for healing talismans all the way back to Babylon, like all the way back there. Ancient Persian, Greek, and Egyptian civilizations also used it for healing purposes. So it's a really, really powerful healing stone. And blue lace agate actually utilizes the water element, which brings power, regeneration, and rebirth, which is really, really cool. But blue lace agate also aligns with the element of air. So you get that dual effect of the elements, water and air, with blue lace agate. That really, really can support that powerful healing. So why don't you tell us about the essential oils?
Well, if you're using the blue lace agate for calming and communication, then lavender's got to be your first choice, because lavender is the oil of calming and communication. If you're doing more of a centering, balancing desire, then vetiver and patchouli are good ones to try. And always remember, with vetiver, you're going to want to dilute that one, because vetiver is very, very thick, very viscous. If confident speech is what you're encouraging, spearmint is an excellent one to do with blue lace agate. Lactation support, fennel, basil, clary sage, any of those are great in that area. Adrenal support, your geranium and lang lang, and thyroid support, both blue tansy and lemongrass are good ones to use if that's what you're going for. You want to tell us a little bit about how you use it in yoga, Katie?
Yes, and absolutely. Before I do though, I wanted to mention something. Because you talked about patchouli, which is an essential oil that most people either love it or they hate it. The smell of it. It's either like you love it
Mhm.
or you hate it. And so when it comes to essential oil that has those benefits that you want to use, but you don't really like the smell, a great place to use it is on the bottoms of your feet. It's one of the fastest ways to
Absolutely.
enter the body, and you don't have to smell that you don't want to smell. So just a little tip there, throwing it in there. For yoga, like Cynthia had mentioned with meditation, you can use Blue Lace Agate to really tap into that awareness, to get clear connection from your intuition and that wisdom, to receive guidance. You can use it specifically for calm, clear expression, right? Like before you have to go and confront someone, or you have to share something, or you have a big presentation, holding some Blue Lace Agate, meditating and breathing with it for a few moments, and just setting the intention for calm, clear expression. Some yoga poses I like to use with Blue Lace Agate are bounded angle, legs up the wall, and a comfortable seat. Really just encouraging that calmness in the body. And really, legs up the wall is a great pose to pull all your cells back through your heart, to refresh, to regenerate, and restore that calming, peaceful nature that does live inside of you. I promise it does live in there somewhere. But mantras I like to use with Blue Lace Agate are: I express my emotions with ease. I'm inspired to breathe calmly through my moments. It's really, really powerful in helping that calming and soothing, balancing of emotions and whatnot. So really, really cool to use. An interesting fact about Blue Lace Agate, before we tie this up: agate has a history of divinely revealed images naturally appearing in them, such as the Virgin Mary, Jesus, angels, and these can be found throughout churches and museums all around the world. And that's kind of a pretty special and interesting thing, because there's not a ton of crystals that you find that in. These are images that weren't carved, they were just naturally appeared within the stone. So that's pretty cool. At least I think so. Cynthia, you have anything else to share about Blue Lace Agate?
Nope. I think we can wrap it up. I do want to, let you know that this next 5 weeks, we're going to be talking about different crystals that help us maintain that calm and reduce stress. So look forward to that. As we go through the next few weeks, we're going to try to help you get through the holiday season with a little more peace and calm and tranquility.
I love it. It's so true. It's like they say it's the most joyful time of the year, but it's also the most stressful time of the year. And so all these stones that we're going to talk about are really going to be supportive to process, manage, and hopefully provide a little bit less stress for you through this time. So thanks for being here with us today. If you would like the PDF with all the information we talked about today and a little bit more, just let us know, drop a comment, PDF in the comments, and we will get it right over to you. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.